It's almost inconceivable. Inconceivable.
I need that soundbite.
Yes, we do. Everybody, we need Vincini on the sound pad there. That the idea that a movie could possibly, maybe, be bigger at the box office than the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, yet there are, and it won't be, but there are a lot of people who think that Spider-Man Brand New Day could end up being bigger than Avengers Doomsday. It won't, but the very fact that a lot of people think it could tells you a little bit about just how anticipated this movie is. First trailer came out, looked pretty rock solid, including like some of the little clips they put out. By the way, I love that clip that they showed of the house party of Ned and MJ, and Peter shows up. Like, it's heartbreaking and moving and yet fun all at the same time. And it's being directed by Destin Cretton, who of course directed Shang-Chi, one of my favorite MCU movies since, Endgame. Everything's looked really good about it. Well, there's a new trailer coming next week when the tickets go on sale. And that trailer has leaked. We'll explain the quotation marks here in a second. But the trailer has come out. So now we're not going to show it or show images of it or whatever, because, I don't want to be subject to any content takedown notices, but it's out there. I had a bunch of you guys send me the links to it earlier today. And I watched it. And oh my goodness. So by the way, thank you to Motown Mo for just sending in some support there. Thank you, man.
There it is. Little hippos.
This trailer. Now, I didn't get to see it in its full frame. I only saw it in the Twitter kind of.
That's the future of cinema, John.
I only got to see in that aspect ratio. So I'm sure there's things in the frame I didn't get to see. This trailer is awesome. It's awesome. Everything from it dives into the basic narrative that we've already known. Peter's experiencing more genetic mutations. Of course, he had some when he got bit by the spider, but the mutations haven't stopped. And now it's started. So we already know that he seeks out Professor Banner, who's of course the Hulk. And they touch on that a bit. And it's so funny. I got to sit here and watch Jonathan watch the trailer for the first time. And as soon as Bruce shows the wrist thing, right, saying, this is what stops Return of the Hulk. And like Jonathan said out loud, well, I'm sure that's not going to come back into play later. And sure enough, 30 seconds later in the trailer, that comes back into play. Seeing him Hulk out, and I said to Rob earlier, it's catnip to me seeing Hulk do his smack, his big clap. I love watching that on screen. It looks so good. And the way it just blows Spider-Man through all the walls and out the building. Oh my God, that looks so good. We got a little bit more Frank Castle in there.
Yeah, a little more explanation of why he's there.
Yeah. Yep, a little bit. And the fact that it really gives us more of a sense too that Spider-Man trusts Frank, because when MJ's in trouble, who does he take her to protect her? Takes her to Frank. So it's like, please,
the sociopath.
Yeah, the murderous sociopath who almost,
I do love when Banner said, "You're not in my class, are you?"
Right.
I thought that was good.
You're not in my class, are you? Which I think looked great. The buildings being flown apart. I'll tell you what, though, my favorite part. There's a couple of comic book stories where they kind of go into Peter Parker has always held back. And at some point, he doesn't hold back anymore. I can't remember the name of the actual storyline, but there's this one where Aunt May gets killed as a result of an order that Kingpin gave. And, in the comics, Kingpin and Spider-Man have battled. But Peter Parker was so pissed off, he literally just ripped him to pieces. Like it's not even a competition. Like he just goes in there and demolishes Kingpin. And I got a little bit of a sense of that when Peter's fighting Scorpion in the trailer. And Scorpion's like he's getting his shots in and says to Peter, I missed you. You miss me, Spidey? But then inside the mask, you see Peter's eyes turn black. And you're like, in my best Dave Chappelle? Oh no. Something bad is about to happen. And, he does Scorpion dirty. He starts bitch slapping Scorpion. Oh, and I don't know if he kills him. I mean, it's certainly, he does his best Hulk on Loki imitation, smacking him around and like throwing him into a bus or something like that. It's like, oh, it's like, I've had enough of you, boy. And he just starts beating the living hell out of Scorpion. And it's that point he goes to Dr. Banner, says, I got to stop this. I got to do something about this. And I just thought it looked good. I don't think we saw Sadie Sink in it.
Nope.
No. She's been like the most guarded, obvious secret ever.
Yeah, worst kept guarded secret. Like she's going to be Jean Grey, but I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but it seems to me like she's going to be Jean Grey at any rate. And then even just the little thing near the end when he's just at Aunt May's gravestone, you know, hearing the words really said and saying, "Miss you, May." You know, there's something so wholesome about that and so great. That's an element. That wholesomeness has always been one of that little X Factor genes in the Spider-Man movies, right? That you can plop those in there. You don't get a lot of that in Thor. You don't get a lot of that in some of the other ones. And that's fine. Maybe those other movies aren't the place for it, but it works here. Anyway, I thought this looked tremendous. And Rob, we're going to talk about the quote unquote leak in a second, but just for now, you had a chance to watch this leak trailer, and I can't wait to watch it in full 4K, all that kind of stuff. What did you think about the trailer?
Like you, I loved it. But you know what really struck me about the trailer? It made me realize, like, in the 3 previous Spider-Man movies, there was a larger connection to the MCU. Obviously, we've talked a lot about how Tony Stark was a mentor to Spider-Man.
Right.
And then Doctor Strange was all over the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. This was the first time I felt that Spider-Man was the most important character in this movie.
That it's truly his movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Banner's there, but he just feels like a background character.
Yeah, he's a background character. Yeah. And even Frank Castle's there. Frank Castle's there because Spider-Man went to see him, you know, for whatever reason. I felt for the very first time, not that I don't like the 3 previous Spider-Man movies, but it always seemed like Spider-Man was sharing time as Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. Mm-hmm. Whereas there was like equal, I never felt Banner was a lead character. I don't feel Frank is a lead character. This movie feels like we're going to get a full meal of Spider-Man's journey. And you know what I was talking about? How intellectually Daredevil maybe didn't give the audience. This movie tells me that I'm going to take a journey with Peter Parker and Spider-Man. There's a lot of places to go.
Yeah.
He's mutating. He has to deal with Punisher. He's got to deal with Scorpion. He's got to deal with MJ and Ned not knowing who he is. He's got to deal with missing his aunt. This felt like a full, developed, real great story that I could really sink my teeth into, which is silly to say about a Spider-Man movie, but that's how I felt about it. I'm like, this feels like it's going to be a fulfilling time at the movies.
And whoever's doing the mind control stuff, because that's been really subtly
played. What's up with that?
I think it's Jean. So the theory going around is that she's being used, and maybe somebody's got either leverage on Jean or they're controlling Jean or something, and they're using her to commit crimes.
Oh, that's absolutely what's happening.
Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll find out.
Oh,
you know what excites me most about this Spider-Man movie? To me, this is the first time we're actually going to get Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the MCU so far, he has been nothing but Iron Man Jr. I hate the Spider Iron Man suit. I've always hated it. Even though I've loved the movies, I've hated that aspect of it because, again, you guys have heard me say this for years. To me, it was Marvel saying, kiddies love the Iron Man suit. Spider-Man's not cool enough. Spider-Man's not a good enough character on his own. You got to give him an Iron Man suit. You got to give him his
Spider suit was dope.
You got to give him his own AI.
But that had purpose because he was in space.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, to what John's saying, he's talking about like the suit
100%.
where it just had
from Spider-Man Homecoming all the way through. To me,
go into defense mode. It's like, why don't you just
And now he's back into the normal. You're right.
And now he's Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. He's not Iron Man Jr. anymore. And I'm and again, this is not me knocking the other films because I really love the other films, but that's an aspect of it that always drove me crazy. Now he's truly Spider-Man.
I think when we look back,
excited about it.
If they do end up doing 5 of these or 6, we'll look back at those 3 as the prequels. of
Yeah.
Spider-Man where
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was still developing, and from this on, this is the Spider-Man we know.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Anyway, okay, so we love the trailer. We love the trailer. Let's address the elephant in the room. The leak.
Oopsie.
Look, we've talked about this before. Who does Sony think they're kidding? Who does Sony actually think they're kidding? We know very well Sony is leaking this stuff out. They just are. And one of the biggest, and we've talked about this with all the other leaks too, when it comes to it. One of the big telltale signs of it is we've seen things leaked to other movies before. And by the time you can load up that link to take a look at it, it's been removed. This thing was still on hours after it had been.
Yeah, because remember I asked you, I was like, can I even watch it? Is it still on? And then I watched it here.
As a matter of fact, I just reloaded the page. It's still up. Still up. I won't play it, but there it is. I just reloaded the page and it's still up.
Well, also it's got two watermarks on it.
Yes.
It's got the X and it's got
sure,
property
but
of Sony.
that is, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sony does not put a big red X on stuff that people just internally are watching. No. Bring this up again. This is all prop setting.
Yeah.
This is all Sony going, oh, look, it really is a studio. It's a real leak. Oh, we didn't want this to be out there. Oh, heavens. No, they leaked this out. The fact that now I'm sure it'll be pulled down at some point to maintain the illusion. Here's the dumbest thing about it. It's working. Every time they have leaked something, every idiot, including the ones on this show, jump all over it,
Guilty.
lap it up, and you know what they get to do? They just got to release the trailer, and then they're still going to have the big explosion of hype when they do the official release of it. Yeah, I mean, look, I haven't got any insider at Sony telling me, yeah, we're doing this, but I mean, to me, it's rather obvious at this point. It is Sony themselves manufacturing an artificial hype around it. But again, I can't really cast any stones because it seems to be working. Because here we are. Because not only have I loved this, but it's not like I've seen the trailer now. There's still a full widescreen 4K version that I'm going to have to wait a few days to watch, right? And it's going to be just as exciting then. So anyway, Rob, I mean, look, maybe you think I'm a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. To me, there's no doubt. This is Sony themselves leaking these out. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Hims. One of the hardest things about trying to lose weight is just figuring out what actually works. Because we've seen them all. There are a million trends, diets, and gimmicks out there. And honestly, it can get overwhelming. And that's why weight loss by Hims really stands out. Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill at its lowest price ever and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite and eat less, so success is within reach. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever and only GLP-1 available in a pill for weight loss, so there are no needles needed. And the process is extremely convenient. Everything happens online. You connect with a licensed provider who determines if treatment is right for you, and if prescribed, your medication gets delivered right to your door. No insurance necessary. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/Campea to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/Campea. hims.com/Campea. Based on advertised cash price for 30-day supply of medication only. Membership required, fee not included, and billed separately. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com. What do you think about that? Agree, disagree, and why?
First of all, I 100% agree because it's all been center framed. They've repurposed this. If you're watching a widescreen image and somebody just leaked it, there would be whole shots where you wouldn't see anything in the frame.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
I 100% do believe they will release a Twitter version of the trailer.
Oh,
and maybe
sure.
this is just that. Maybe the leak is the Twitter version of the trailer.
Maybe, but I still don't. I mean, this is too good. If it were a leak, I don't think that I just don't buy it. I mean, the way it was done. But yeah, they will release a Twitter version. And then look, like you pointed out, the red X is what does it.
Yes,
if it was a real leak, I mean, it's the red X. You look at that red X because that's what makes you can see, you think you've seen the trailer, but there's enough of obscure, that red X is enough of an annoyance that you're never going to not want to go back and watch. That red X is simply there because even though you might have watched it 45 times with this leak, you're still going to go back and watch it for that first time again because you want to see it without that damn X. And it's the X that makes you want to go back and see it again, which is why it's genius.
You could say X going to give it to you.
X going to give it to me.
Because here's the thing. If this was an internal thing, why would they have the X on it?
They wouldn't.
I mean, you would have property of Sony Pictures. I've seen that on all the internal studio stuff that I've seen always have
like
that.
Academy screeners will say like property, like in the corner, like
all that kind of stuff. You don't put it. I'm telling you, the red X is window dressing.
Yeah,
it is there to create and enhance the illusion that no, somebody leaked our
and you know what? You said we were the three idiots. We're making a segment on your show about this leak. That's later going to be cut up as a segment and put on YouTube that is going to talk about this leak. And they're getting
we're so meta.
More bang for their buck than they ever possibly could hope. And we have played right into their hands. And by the way, I love it. Yeah. I love it. I would have it no other way.
I played you like a fiddle.
I can't wait to watch the full 4K pure version of this. By the way, somebody in the live chat also kind of pointed out, I think it was Santiago, pointed out in the live chat that one other thing we should mention. I love the MCU. They've had a number of things they've put out that I think have been below acceptable levels, but still overall. But there's been a few little nitpicks I've had, and one of the biggest ones, one of the biggest mistakes I think they've made is Professor Hulk and the nerfing of Hulk. And I've never liked the Professor Hulk thing. I mean, he's got time travel. I mean, he's had some some great moments.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from that. Especially when he gives Ant-Man the hamburger.
No, the taco.
Or the taco. That's what
I
it
actually
was.
like that bit.
That was great.
I did too. That was great. I call this a success. Yeah. Like, he's definitely had his moments. I'm not taking anything away from that. But I've hated that. And it looks like they have come back around to giving us Savage Hulk again. And that's the Hulk we need. That's the Hulk I want on screen. So,
and they gave us a device for this for future movies too, because
if
I have this thing or whatever, like, now you can reuse that.
So
in Secret Wars or whatever.
Yes.
But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this right now. They better not have Spider-Man beating the Hulk. Like, find a way to get him back into Banner form. Yes. Find a way to distract him. Yes. Find a way to get him to calm down. Sure. They better not have Spider-Man straight up beating the Hulk in a fight. Like, I'm a very...
Well, what about when he goes full on mutation?
Even then,
the spider creature is going to fight the Hulk.
No, because even then,
even then, I think if they do, I think I no matter how much I love the movie up to that point, I think I'm standing up with my popcorn bucket and walking out of the theater. I probably won't, but in my head, I can see myself doing that. In my head.
You can see yourself leaving, and
I can see myself doing it. I probably won't, but in my head, I can see myself just totally getting up and walking out. So, anyway. I mean, like somebody putting out the Aaron in the live chat saying, "Well, Falcon beat Red Hulk." No, he didn't. No, he didn't beat him. He found a way to power him down. He did not straight up beat Red Hulk in a fight.
Right.
And that's one of the forgivable elements of that particular Captain America movie. Not a lot of forgivable elements, but I'll forgive that one. So anyway, guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance to see the leaked trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day? I think it looks freaking awesome. I really do.
I do too.
I cannot wait for this. Whatever you guys thought about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.